Yo, hell yeah. Wyatt begins in like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. Welcome to Wyatt. And I'm your host, Wyatt O'Brien Evans. Grrr, woof, goddammit, woof, 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 woof. Hi. I said hi to all my YouTubers out there. If you like what you hear, if you like what you see, just click that subscribe button at the bottom of your screens. I said click it, click it, click it, click it, click it. I love to click it. Yeah. Hi. This is the holiday edition of Wyatt. And we're going to have big fun with our very special guest, Mr. James Butler. He's the founder of the Bears Network and the Big Boy Project, which are influential and popular online destinations, y'all, for the Big Boy and Bear community. So I say, let's get our ho, ho, ho on right now. So without further ado, Wyatt, I'm talking Wyatt, welcomes Mr. James Butler, y'all. He is the founder of the Bears Network and the Big Boy Project. They are two influential and popular online destinations for members of the Big Boy and the Bear community and those who admire them. So, Mr. Butler, talk at me. How the hell are you?
I'm doing good. Glad to be on the show.
Merry Christmas. I want to thank you for being my special guest on my holiday show. Where has this year gone? It has gone by so fast, hasn't it?
Yes, very fast.
Good God Almighty. Anyway, so since this is our Christmas thing, I gotta first ask you this, Mr. Butler, and you may choose one. This is multiple choice.
Okay.
Have you been nice? Have you been naughty? Or have you been like somewhere in between?
Oh, you're missing one. Sleepy.
Oh, okay. Sleepy. Which one?
Sleepy.
Oh God. Why sleepy? What's happening?
Because been mostly working on stuff, and after the end of the day, you're like, I want to go to bed.
Dang, I understand that. Well, let me see. I've been rather naughty, but I'm not going to talk about that here. We can talk about that when we're offline.
Okay.
Because my rep is bad enough as it is. Anyway, look, let's talk a little bit about the Big Boy Bear community. And It is a subset of the LGBTQ plus community. James, tell us what exactly is it and what it really means.
So the definitions of a bear and Big Boy.
Exactly.
Well, it all depends on the individual you want to talk to. But for me, a bear is basically a group of people a community coming together to pretty much celebrate their bodies, bigger bodies, hairy bodies, the people that don't fit the normal standard of beauty that the community, the outside world think is beautiful.
Exactly.
But it's the same thing for the Big Boy. I remember interviewing Jay Holiday.
Right.
Him saying that Big Boy is basically like some people don't feel like they fit into the bear mold exactly. So they prefer to call themselves Big Boys. Chubby dudes who may have a beard but don't have like a hairy body or stuff like that. They call themselves Big Boys. But the community pretty much the same besides those little differences.
Got it. Well, as my mama used to say, I like to have some meat on the bone. So, I mean, I like them thick. You know what I'm saying?
Either way, you're going to get bigger bodies and thick bodies. So
I like them thick. Okay, man, I've talked to a lot of folks about you. And they say that you are a prominent force in the Bear and Big Boy community. I mean, what do you think of that? Now, don't go, breaking your hand, patting yourself on the back.
I don't see myself that way, so there's no pats. Pats. Well, I can say for me, I just don't see myself that way. I just want to bring light to certain situations and certain body types, to bring light to the community, tell different sides to people's stories, because everybody's not the same.
That's true.
Just to shed light on different mindsets in the community, because most of the time you see like one type of mindset or one type of person they like to promote to the forefront. Even though we're supposed to be, somewhat inclusive, we still have people that like, no, this is the type of person I like and don't show variety. So
exactly.
I like to show variety of people on my website.
And you really do that well, James, with the Big Boy Project and the Bears Network. And we're going to really get into that a little bit later. But what I want to do is ask you some questions about the Big Boy Bear community, because my listeners are really diverse at this point, and some probably will say, what the hell is that? So anyway, there seems to be some confusion as to whether bears and big boys are distinct and separate from one another. Are they or aren't they? And is there like an overlap?
Yeah, because both communities want to shed light on you don't have to be skinny to be beautiful. You don't have to be a certain size to be beautiful. But like I said before, the difference is that certain people don't think they fit the mold of the bear type. They, like I said, may not have like the full hairy body or stuff like different differences like that. Some people just see themselves as a big boy, and some people see themselves as a bear, but they do collide at times in different communities. So it's all depends how people see themselves and how they fit in. But either way, it's all about bringing positive light to bigger bodies and different types of bodies.
Got it. James, would you say that the bear community is more white and the big boy community being more Black African American?
Yeah, absolutely.
And why is that?
Well, like I said, like I keep going to, some people of color just don't see themselves as bear, and they see themselves as a big boy. Okay. And some people of color see themselves as bear. But like I said, this, if you ever get Jay Holiday on, he probably can explain it a little bit more fluently than I can. But that's why he made the Big Boy Pride, because a lot of people of color don't feel either accepted in the bear community or they don't see themselves as bear. So it's made the Big Boy Pride to show bears of color, that show big boys of color in a beautiful light. Let me say that.
I like that. And Big Boy Pride is huge now. I mean, it has really grown over the years.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest events people get ready for. save money up for, get excited for. So yeah, I can see why it's so big and why it's getting bigger and bigger each year.
It's big in more ways than one, if you catch my drift.
Right.
Okay. Thank you for that. Now let's delve into the heart of things. When and how did you first know that you were gay, same gender loving, and particularly when were you first attracted to Big Boys and Bears? Was there something, that clicked with you that said, this is it?
I mean, just like any other child growing up, when you hit your teenage years, you know, hormones, you start getting puberty. So stuff start, clicking. Yeah, clicking.
Okay.
But that's when I knew in high school, when I first, this is probably everybody, with wrestling, watching wrestling, like, this is what I like.
That's right, Rocky Johnson, and the newer folks. I get you.
Yeah, that's where like, okay, that's
Lord.
that's where everything started clicking in.
Yes. Look, them sweaty bodies, those big muscle men's, they just grappling and wrestling and holding each other. You said, Lord, I wouldn't mind being on the mat with them too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
But seeing shows like Uncle Phil, like, like different, like everybody had their like crushes and stuff, TV crushes and stuff. So, like I said, most of mine was like WWE.
Let me tell you about a crush that I had, and you might think it's funny. Everybody might think this is funny. Look, I don't want letters, damn it. This is just how I feel. Anyhow, remember Bonanza, right?
Yes.
Everybody should know Bonanza because it's always in syndication on so many damn channels. My crush was Hoss Cartwright. Remember Hoss, real big Hoss? Yes. I mean, he was huge and he was big and thick. He was masculine, but he had such a gentle soul about him,
Right.
Yeah.
That's what's the father?
Lorne Green. Ben Cartwright.
The man from Roseanne. John Goodman.
John Good, right. The young John Good. Yes.
Yeah, he had the same quality you were talking, just explaining.
Right.
And a lot of people crush us today.
Exactly. So. But it was, for me, it was Hoss Cartwright. Okay. Let us now delve into the Bears Network and the Big Boy Project. James, what was your impetus for creating both of them?
Each one is a different story. But the Big Boy Project, I just wanted to just talk about topics with friends. That was basically it. Talk about certain topics, nerdy stuff, stuff going on in the news. And it just so happened we all were just Bears and Big Boys. So that's pretty much, I just named it the Big Boy Project. Because it seemed fitting. Which I haven't posted in a while. I think the last time I posted on there when we did that, we did your book.
My launch, right?
Launch.
For Shattered. I say it, Shattered. And again, I want to thank you for that because my book launch went over so well. And you planned that so well. I really appreciate that.
Oh, no problem. Oh, if you haven't watched it, you can go watch it. It's still on the channel, so go watch it.
And it's gotten thousands of views. So, listen, y'all, go to YouTube, go to my YouTube channel, WyattO'BrienEvans.com, and go to the Shattered launch party, and it's right there. Anyway, shameless plug. I don't care.
But I haven't posted on that channel in a long time because editing takes a lot of work.
Right.
And after doing it for a while, like, ooh, I need a break. So I will start making videos on the channel hopefully sometime next year.
Right.
With a podcast, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Oh, great.
Fingers crossed with that. The Bears Network, but that's a long story because I used to do, well, back in my day when Blogspot was the biggest.
Oh yeah, that was a little back in the day.
Right. With Blogspot, I used to make blogs all the time. I think my first blog was, I can't even think of the name, but I know it was on Blogspot. If I log in, I probably can figure out the name and stuff like that. But I did my first couple of blogs on Blogspot. Writing just different stuff on the bear community, hot topic stuff. Then I did a website for Big Boy Project.
Okay.
See, I'm the type of person, if it's not perfect, if I don't like it, I scrap the whole thing.
Me too. Yeah.
So I did the bigboyproject.com. Did all that work. I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like how it looked. I don't like anything about it. So I scrapped that. And just sat out for a while and thought, I was like, what do I want to do? So I sat there and thought, I was like, well, I want to talk about different people with different lifestyles, and I just wanted to interview people in the bear community that are not the same cookie cutter people. Like they're not all muscled and porn stores and stuff like that. Which no, keep it wrong, I do interview people, adult entertainment people, but I just want to interview people for all aspects of life. So that's where the Bear Network came from.
But regarding the Bears Network, I mean, that's your flagship, and everybody, you need, if you haven't done so already, you need to check out Mr. Butler's The Bears Network, because I'm telling you, man, it's cutting edge. The articles are so well written, and they are absorbing and entertaining. The graphics, I mean, your layout, the look is off the freaking chain. It just really, don't break your hand patting yourself on the back, but it just draws you right in. So how long does it take you to say interview? How long does it take you to come up with the concept of the individual you want to interview, the actual interview, and the production?
Okay. First, I just start with a group of people that I want to contact. And as you know, a lot of them ain't going to come back. A lot of them ain't going to say, come back to you or answer your emails and stuff like that.
Right.
So I pretty much just set out a wide net of people, and whoever comes, I was like, okay, so this person want to do it, this person want to do it, and this person want to do it. So after that, I started working on the questions, which, if you're a perfectionist, you're like, I don't want to ask, like, some of the questions are like the same, like, only reason why they're the same because I think that's a good indicator of it's a good indicator of a person's personality on certain questions. Like a repeat question for me is like, what's your perfect day?
Yeah.
Because that could be a variety of things for people.
That's true.
What's a common misconception people have about you? Because I think that's a good question. I like to ask everybody.
Absolutely.
But I like to come up with questions, and I come up with a lot of questions. the reason why I do that because I want to stand out from everybody else.
And you do.
Because normally everybody does like maybe 10 questions talking about one certain thing. I want to talk about that plus more. Because I'm in the mindset of I may not interview this person again. Because as you know as well, everybody don't answer after the interview. You know, once you get the interview done, and some people like, okay, I'm done, and you may not interview them again. So I'm like, okay, let me write down all the questions I want to ask because I may not have this opportunity again. Because scheduling, free time, scheduling, people doing stuff, and they may not have the time to, do another interview.
Right.
So, but besides that, come up with the questions, send them to people. Like I said, I'm not the person that try to rush them in questions because I want them to write down to be authentic. I don't want them to rush something, to write down and rush something. I want them to be comfortable and relaxed and write down what they feel and what people want to know.
Exactly.
And while they doing, answering the questions, I probably start coming up with the cover of the magazine, start the graphics and stuff while they're doing that. So when I get the questions back, all I have to do is just paste them in. But that's the hardest part is just getting the graphics done. And doing the layout. Right. Because I'm a perfectionist. If I don't like something, it's not going up. So, and plus I have ADHD as well. So sometimes I feel like full of energy and want to work on something. And the next day, like, I just want to lay in bed. I don't feel like doing nothing. So when the mood does strike for me to have energy to work, I try to do as much as I can at that time period.
Well, I mean, and that's smart. And your layout, the graphics, man, are so eye popping. It's so it truly draws you in, and it gives the reader various vantage points, if I'm explaining this correctly, of the subject that you interview. And another thing is that what I love about your interviews, James, is that you do much more than scratch the surface. It's not a fluff piece. You dig deep and you bring stuff out of them so that the reader can say, wow, that's intriguing. That's something of substance that I need to know.
Yeah. Like I said, everybody got people that they are fans of. And when you get the opportunity to do interview with them, like I said before, you want to get all the questions you want out.
Right.
At the time. But going back to what you were saying, after I finish the graphics and have everything set, and once they give me, the finished product of the interview, I mean, the answers to the interview, I put them in, make sure everything is either spelled right.
That's important.
Everything either spelled right or look right.
Important.
That's the hardest thing too. If you're working by yourself, you don't have a team of people.
Yeah.
Cause I remember posting a lot of stuff, and Mark Estes, I know you interviewed him plenty of times.
Yeah, Mark.
He helped me a whole lot with that, with writing, looking over stuff, helping me. Cause what makes sense to you may not make sense to everybody else.
Absolutely, it's like having an objective eye,
right,
so to speak. Right,
having an outside person reading your stuff. So sometimes he hit me up in the DM like, you misspelled this, right? So I got to go back and redo some stuff. Like I said, I don't get it right all the time. Some stuff I look at, I see it. Everybody else may not see it, but I see it, and it irks the hell out of me. And it irks the crap out of me.
Yeah.
So after the proofreading, editing process, make sure everything's writing up. The other process is promoting. That's the next hardest part.
Oh, yes.
So I have to make promotional graphics for that. Mm-hmm. Make sure the magazine cover is right. Twitter got their own little thing going on because I don't. So if people who blog, Twitter, you can do a link where it pops up in a block. It pops up like a little article block on Twitter. Mm-hmm. So people can click on and go to the view interview. Sometimes you have to put that into the article before you post it, so you can get a certain look. Sometimes that don't work. Sometimes that don't work. So, promoting it, make sure everything right again with the spelling and everything. Before that, I make sure if I'm finished, I make sure I send it to the interviewee first to make sure they like it.
Okay.
I forgot to say that. Make sure they like it first.
Right.
So I send it to them, make sure they like it. Do they want anything changed? Do they want to take out anything? Because some stuff that they might, some stuff they said in the interview they might want to take out, either for it's not ready yet, or any circumstances going on behind the scenes, and they wanted out the article or the interview. Make sure that they're pretty sure they make sure they like it, and everything's up to their standards.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
Then I promote, then post it everywhere.
There you go.
Post it everywhere. Make sure that it's being promoted correctly, because a lot of times stuff don't post the way you want them to post.
Oh, okay.
So you gotta make sure that, especially on Instagram, because I'm new to Instagram. Mm-hmm. I just got on Instagram this year, so I'm still working stuff out. So some stuff that pops up don't pop up the way I want it to. So I have to keep going back and changing stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much the process.
See, that's why my media person handles my Instagram and stuff like that, because I had enough to do. But
I wish I had a media person, because that would take a whole lot off.
Lord, no. Well, let's talk a little bit about diversity, which is another reason why I like what you do, James, is because you make diversity a critical component, particularly for the Bears Network. And you stated, and I quote, "We all know that the Bear Big Boy community is not just one entity. We come in different shapes and sizes and shades," end quote. Expound on that a little bit.
I mean, that pretty much says it all. It's everybody's not one stereotype. When people think of the Bear community, shoot, if you just go to your Google and type in bear right now, most of the things gonna pop up is a white male with a muscular build and a hairy chest.
Right.
And that's not everybody in the community.
True.
So, like I said, there's different people with different stories, different backgrounds, different walks of life, different colors that really don't get shown a lot. If they do get shown, it'd be like a sea of white and probably one person of color. Yeah. Or if they feeling spicy, you might get 3.
Feeling spicy, I like that.
Right. You might get 3 people of color, but majority of the stuff coming out be white bears.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, like I said, I interview white bears too, but I would like to interview people of color more to get their perspective on things.
Absolutely. Well, for 2024, my man, what can we expect to see from the Bears Network, like exclusives and features? I mean, what
In
are you going to
2020,
do? What are you going to do to wow us?
like I said, hopefully get this podcast together.
Well, if you need help, let me know. I'm right here for you.
Get this podcast together. I'm trying to do it in a way. I don't know if people watch a channel called I think she's like Evelyn on the internet.
Evelyn.
Her channel. So she did something that I really thought was so good, which is doing a like mini show, but have segments.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So hopefully I can get that together. So
I like that.
I would like to do something like that. And of course credit her because she's not I know she's not the only one that came up with the concept, but I just liked how she did her flow with things.
Absolutely.
And I would like to do that, but do it in my own way.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully just get a podcast off the ground next year.
That's great. Look, you're coming back after that podcast hits. Oh, so you can talk about your podcast.
Okay, I'll be happy to. I'll be surely happy to.
My brother, let's get Christmassy. Let us get Christmassy.
Well, that's why we got the hats.
That's right. Now look, okay. What do you want Santa to put under the tree for you?
New recording equipment, because that's not cheap.
No, baby, it is not cheap. Okay.
Because if anybody to create content know that camera, microphone, computer setup, lights, all that costs money.
So yes, it does. It really does. Okay, so we're sending an SOS to Santa.
Right. Or just give me cash with every which one of the two.
That works. As long as it's not monopoly money, it works just fine.
Right.
Wow. Okay, that is really good. Now, let me tell you what I want for Christmas. You know what I want for Christmas?
What?
I want a man. I want a man. This is what I want. I want Santa to drop from that chimney with a man. I want him to be nice and tall and beefy and thick and handsome and manly with big, big hands. And I'm sure there's something else that's also big too. So that's what I want.
Well, go get your tickets ready for Big Boy Pride, and you can find you a man there.
Okay, when is Big Boy Pride this year in 2024 anyway?
You know? I don't know. Normally he'll if you follow Jay Holiday and I want to make sure I get his name right. Tony Brown.
Oh yeah. Okay.
If you follow their page, they're promoting. If they'll post something real quick when something's like hurry up and buy your tickets for something, or hurry up, Big Boy Pride gonna be so and so this year. So just pay attention to their pages. They'll let you know.
Listen, I just want a man who's just a big old slab of a Godiva chocolate. Anyway. Anyway.
Yeah. Milk or dark?
Milk. Yeah, milk. Yeah. Anyway, what are you the most thankful for this year?
To be healthy, to be in a place where I'm at peace and calm right now. Of course, you know, there's some things I want to work on, but just being in a space of peace.
Don't we all? Yeah. Okay. Pretty much the same for me too, because you know what? If you don't have good health, what do you have?
Right.
You know, what do you really have? So that's a good answer. Okay, Mr. Butler, what do you have on tap for 2024 besides the podcast? Anything else?
Hopefully to travel more. That's what I would like to do. Because I made a lot, you know, doing interviews, I made a lot of friends online that I would really like to meet in the future. So hopefully do some traveling.
Okay. That sounds like a winner. Okay, now how can us grown folk follow you? Give us all of your social media.
Well, you can follow me on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it at Big Boy Project 1. You can follow me on Instagram at the Bears Network. And everything else you can find on thebearsnetwork.com.
All right. Well, Mr. James Butler, I want to thank you for stopping by Wyatt and for making the Wyatt Holiday Show so damn special. I want you to have a Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas.
Same to you. and the audience as well.
Don't forget that audience. All right. Yeah. So y'all, there you have it. You can find the official Wyatt podcast page at WyattEvans.com, the go-to destination for LGBTQ plus news, features, commentary, and entertainment. WyattEvans.com is visited by more than 100 countries on the regular. All I can say to that is, hey, baby. And at WyattEvans.com, you'll find my smoking hot, HAWT hot, Nothing Can Tear Us Apart series of novels. And as you just saw on the top, that newest installment is called Shattered. I said Shattered. And y'all, Shattered is full of action, danger, intrigue, sexually charged situations, passion, and all of the wonderful elements that you're used to in the Nothing Can Tear Us Apart series of novels. So get your new copy of Shattered. Now you can follow me, your host, Wyatt O'Brien Evans, all across social media, and poof is right there for you to peruse, like TikTok and Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. And if you have any comments or whatever, you can hit me up at WyattOnAir@gmail.com. So until next time, y'all, woof, goddammit, woof, 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 woof. I said woof.